What's going on? What's going on, man?
What up? Hold on, give me a sec.
Welcome everybody to the Menswear Mastermind. We
We
are,
live?
we live.
Let's go.
We're gonna have it's gonna be a dynamic duo today because Style Jumper is not gonna be on here, but he will be on our Menswear Mastermind Collective this evening. So if you are looking to get some casual style advice, after the presentation for our man Vlad, then make sure that you join us then. And you can join us for $47 a month. You can still join right now, or you can join for the year at $470 and get 2 months free. So, um, as always, ask your questions early. We already know how this practice works. We're gonna
Did
have.
you did you tell them where to go to sign up?
Oh no, I didn't. Go to patreon.com/menswear mastermind. And you can sign up there. Menswear mastermind. And you can sign up there. We'll get you squared away, and we'll send you a link there. How's it up in New York?
It's cool, man. It's been warm. It's raining right now though. Well, it was raining like an hour ago when I was outside. When I was out right now. But
Okay.
it's been cool, like in the 50s, low 50s, high 40s for the past couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are about the same right here.
hmm
I think we're in the 40s
Okay.
in the evening, 60s in the daytime. Getting ready for this
Gotcha.
daylight savings as well.
As this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to South Africa. Zev, there will be a menswear mastermind this week. Yes.
Oh shit! I don't think I sent the invite. That's probably why you're
Oh,
saying that. I'm gonna send it right now while we're doing this. But if you have last week's email, it's the same exact link. But I'll send it right now. My bad.
now, interestingly enough, Vlad, you are not showing up on Instagram. I just realized that.
What do you mean? Like my side of it?
Yeah.
Oh, so you live on IG right now too?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Normally
know
you
that,
show
bro.
up on there anyway.
Got you. Yeah, no, I don't see me.
Okay, guys. Sorry. Hold on one second. I'm gonna remove you and then put you. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I don't know why that's doing it.
Hey, it's hating.
Uh, I'm at my son's basketball game. About to start the fourth quarter. He's starting. Should I join? You can join us afterwards. I mean, we got some time. But yeah, watch your son's fourth quarter, especially if he's start. I'm assuming you're saying he's starting the fourth quarter. So
Who's that,
just
Zev?
yeah,
Okay.
tapped on that to YouTube. For some reason, guys, we apologize if you're not seeing Amir Vlad on IG, but I will be passing on any conversation he has. Listen, we're still figuring this thing out. This is what makes me feel old, but all right, Detroit back in the house. What's going on, Uncle Frank?
Uncle Frank was good.
Uh, um, all right, so if anybody has any questions, anybody got any questions, go ahead and ask them now. Because again, you got 20 minutes, and I guarantee you, I'm gonna see you in. You don't see Vlad on YouTube either.
Say what?
All right, I'm gonna remove you. Jump right back on, Vlad.
Ah, cool.
All right. No. All right. Guys, yeah, I don't know what is happening here. That's and then he just popped up. I don't know what's going on. He popped up, hopped back off. So we're gonna bring him back on in a second. And see what's going on. This spring season, what are the hot color fabrics to wear for spring and summer? Great question. All right, let's see if you pop up here. Guys, give us a thumbs up if you see Vlad on. There we go.
I,
Okay.
I'm not on IG though. I can't see me. Okay, I'm live now. It's
Yeah,
showing
just
popping
it's a
now.
delay on IG.
Cool, cool.
Sorry about that, guys.
Let me share it to
Um,
my page, man.
yeah. So we got a few questions now that are coming up. I don't know what was going on, but this is what happens when you go live. Um, from 1, 2, 3, the wood, the wood. He said this spring season, what are the hot color fabrics to wear for the spring summer?
Yeah, I don't even see how to share it on IG, bro.
Uh, sometimes you have to. I think last time we had to just share it on one because I don't know if you can get two. Can you get two on yours?
What do you mean by two?
Two different platforms that you can share it on. I don't remember how many you said that
Oh,
you.
got you. So maybe because I'm sharing it, but I
I
don't know.
thought you did before, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm sharing on YouTube now, but I don't know how to send it to IG. But it's all good. It's all good, bro.
Okay. Um. So some hot fabric colors for spring and summer. What are your thoughts?
What's the question? Say that again.
This spring season, what are the hot color fabrics to wear? Spring and summer.
Hot color.
Gym music, yeah, you're gonna hear some background noise because that's just family. That's how family works. And the Menswear Mastermind.
Yeah, I don't really deviate much from the colors from season to seasons. Maybe like brighter shades of certain colors.
Okay.
Like with my accessories, for example,
Yep.
where the ties might be a bit more muted, although they're still colorful. In the fall and winter, they might be a tad more colorful in the spring and summer. Ties and pocket squares and those things. But as far as my suits, maybe like for example, like a sage green linen suit, versus like in the fall and winter, I would stick to like a darker green,
Hmm.
like an olive or something like that, But that's really the only difference, really. I typically stick to the same colors for the most part: the navies, the grays, the browns, and those could be lighter or darker regardless of the season. But the green is one that I can think of. Like I don't think I would do a sage green in the fall and winter, but I would do it in the spring and summer. As
Okay.
far as like a suit or a jacket.
I think for me, the color right now of the year, maybe next 2 years, 3 years is gonna be green. So that's
Hmm.
why, like when Vlad said, like sage green, having the moss green, a mint green, taupe, like all these colors are going to start to come back into the fray. Um, Gold is interestingly enough starting to make its move again as well for the spring summer. I've been seeing like a lot of gold ish types of jackets and gray, like some light grays. I mean, are always going to play some heather gray, pearl grays, dove gray. Are always going to be good for the spring as well as the summer. So, good question there. We got our man Stylish over 60. Spectator shoes are best paired with what suits? You got thoughts on that, Blake?
Um, I mean, definitely something on the lighter end, right? Because spectators are going to be have a lot of white in them. So my idea is to not have too much attention on my feet versus a spectator is going to bring attention anyway. So one way to minimize it would be to wear it with like lighter colors, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what comes to mind, really. More lighter color suits and trousers.
I would say like, and this is why you should join the Menswear Mastermind. You're always going to have differing opinions, with the same insight. Um, so I would probably vary a little bit different on like a chalk stripe, pinstripe. Again, that's going to be a bit of a caricature if you do it like with the pinstripe, but having a chalk stripe, black, black and white um, suit, and then having black and white spectators will work. Um, and then like if you did a gray, just depending on the type of spectator it was, if it's a dark brown or a brown and white, that's gonna be a little bit different. If you're gonna do a black and white, that's gonna be a little bit different. But I would tell you the more patterned suits that are going to be a stark black and white contrast, or a gray, so a houndstooth. You're not probably not gonna do a suit there, but houndstooth jacket, black pair of pants, charcoal pair of pants you could do that with as well. Spectator shoes are kind of difficult. Like I have a pair of cap toe specs, we'll say are specs, that I wear with my white and cream suits, but with the understanding to Vlad's point that's going to probably draw some attention to my feet as well. So use it sparingly.
Yeah, but I do agree. I think that they were made to be worn with like the pinstripe kind of
Yeah,
suits,
yeah,
if that's what you're going for.
yeah. It's a great question. Jimmy just said a lot of background noise, people yelling. It's called family. Um, that happens.
Is that on my end?
Yeah, I think it's
Hold
the
on,
young, all the
hold
good
on,
folks having good times.
hold on. Let me mute it for a second. So I to put the volume.
Okay. Um, our man Key said, "Don't think I'll make it on time tonight, but Mastermind knows to get the link via email. The links are going out, guys. We apologize if you didn't get the link.
Yeah,
It is,
it was emailed like 5 minutes ago.
yeah. So if you didn't get it yet, that's why we got it out.
Yep.
So for our man John Doe, what is the best way to get measured for a suit? I want to get a suit from Spear McKay, but I don't know my exact measurements. Vlad, I'm gonna leave that one to you on Spear McKay, and then I can offer some insight if it's necessary.
Um, it's been a while, but from what I remember, they give you the option to either enter your body measurements or enter a garment measurements. Um, if you're doing it by yourself, obviously it's easier to use a garment measurement because you can just measure it yourself versus you can't measure your own body. Um, so the problem with that is if you don't have a suit that fits you well, then you kind of have to guess, what should you increase or decrease to make it better on the newer commission. The best foolproof way is to go to a tailor and have the tailor take your body measurements and use that. Um, but it's not the easiest, but that would be my recommendation for those things.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I would tell you to look at the one to look at the measurements. So, for instance, with Spear McKay, if what their measurements that they're asking are, and then try to make sure that you execute on getting all those measurements. Um, I think it's
Not
just good for you to
to
go ahead.
No, sorry, man. I was gonna say not to talk you out of Spear McKay, but a company that I've used, for example, Proper Cloth, they have videos for every measurement that you have to take, assuming that you're taking the measurement of the garment. So they'll be able to show you exactly how to measure your garments, like every single one has a video. Now, Spear McKay might have that too. Like I said, I haven't been on their site, like that part of their site in a while, but just an idea.
Yeah. I was gonna say for me, I'm always about letting the professionals do it if you can. I would pay a tailor. You pay, oftentimes you don't have to even pay a tailor. You can walk into a men's uh, clothing store like a haberdasher, and they'll measure you. They may charge you. Most good ones won't. Um, The thing that you're always at risk with any one of these situations is that you could have a tailor that doesn't know what the hell they're doing. Like you could have a clothier who doesn't know what the hell they're doing, and so they're measuring you too loosely, too tightly, too. Um, they're not measuring you at the proper space, at the widest part of your chest or your waist or your seat, and so then the measurements are off. Um, Also just bear in mind that you're if you're having a garment made and they haven't had the dimensions, one of the major things that may happen is your rise may be off if you don't know what you're doing. So your pants can really get messed up easily because there's just different dynamics that you really can't measure for. Like we've taken front rise, back rise, you rise, it never really executes the way that you want it to. So just bear that in mind. Far better for you to have a pant that you like that you can get some brush measurements off of, and then also have them measure the suit jacket because they can usually determine scale, proportion, all that other stuff with that. I'm not familiar with Spirit McKay as far as like the made to measure, so that's why I was happy glad to speak on that. But good question, great question.
Yep.
I hope that helped too, John Doe. Mr. Roten said, for someone introducing patterns into suits and wanting to do so slowly, what would you recommend? Bird's eye, pinstripe, window pane. You want to go first, Vlad? You want me to go first?
Yeah. Slowly, I would say. Well, bird's eye is not really a pattern per se.
Right.
It's more of like a
We
texture. Yeah, like a weave. Pinstripe, window pane. Um, I would say chalk stripe is probably the easiest as far as slowly introducing it because the lines are more faint, so they don't stand out as much as pinstripe. But then again, depending on the color of the stripe and the color of the main fabric, the the stripes could be muted in that case as well. Same with window pane, depending on how bold the stripes are. From a distance, they may not even be able to tell that it's actually a stripe until they get up close. So pinstripe, window pane, chalk stripe, they could all work. Like if you're looking not for it not to stand out too much. Like even what I'm wearing right now, I'm wearing a house tooth, but I'm sure from a distance it might look like it's a solid gray, you know. But if you get up close, then you definitely see the house tooth pattern. So it really depends, I would say. But those could work depending on how bold the stripes are and the colors.
Yeah, I was going to say the way that is dyed is probably the most important thing. To
Hmm.
Vlad's point, you could do. Um, I just worked with a client today. We're doing a Glen check pattern with them. It's a modern navy blue Glen check. It has a lighter blue window pane, but from a distance, it just looks like a faint window pane. It's not till you get close to it that you see the detailing. So if it were me, what I would recommend and what Vlad was recommending is just to find the fabrics that have the most muted patterns, and then you can kind of introduce yourself into it. Because even if the scale is big, it doesn't really matter because it's not super noticeable until you're close, close to it. But you can definitely introduce weaves like bird's eye or barley corn, which is going to be a thicker version of bird's eye. Um, you can play with textures and still kind of get that same experience of pattern without pattern. So that's not definitely not a bad way to go. But I'm in total agreement. Something with just a muted pattern or a phantom pattern is what I'll call it. Like if you do a stripe, it doesn't have to necessarily be a chalk stripe. It can actually be woven into the pattern where you see an indentation. So it'll be a darker blue here, for instance, on the navy blue striped suit, and then this will be a lighter blue, but it's the way that it's woven that it becomes a pattern through texture. So you could do that as well. Um, so there's a few ways that you could do that. Hope that answers your question. Our man Edward Thompson says, "I'm trying to find a nice pair of ready-to-wear Oxfords that won't break the bank. Your thoughts?" Vlad is a shoe guy, so
Um, Blackbird, Mailman, um, Gridlin. There are a few. If you go on my channel, you're probably already on there, Edward. I do have a video. Um, I forgot exactly what it's called. Top 8 shoe brands under 300, I think.
yep.
But some of the shoes are under 200 on there as well. So you can definitely check it out. I think it came out last year. I had one prior to that. That was like 3, 4 years ago. But go to the more updated one, and you can find some names in there outside of the ones I just named. Because I'm sure I'm forgetting some.
No, that was. I think I recently watched that.
Okay.
A lot of great brands. So I think you can definitely do that. Mike Teacher, the gent said, "Glad you ain't gonna tell them Aldo or Magnani."
Shout out to Mike Taylor Gent, man.
Hilarious. Um, yeah. So some great questions. And again, if you're looking to advance your style quotient, your style awareness, you can join us at the Menswear Mastermind. So you go to patreon.com/Menswear Mastermind. It's $47 a month. But you can also join for the year, 470, so $470, which will get you 2 months free. So the interesting thing here for us is, well, while we're still waiting on some questions, is we each have an awareness, expertise in 3 different areas. We've all been in the menswear space for quite a while. Um, and so you have the casual and the consignment. I like alliteration, so this is why you're gonna hear this way. Um, the casual and consignment with style jumper. So he's adult street, what he likes to address it as, things of that nature. You'll have the classic elements of style with Vlad and how to cultivate a classic style. And then my specialty is in customization and developing a customized wardrobe. So you'll find, just like in this conversation, that we don't necessarily always agree on every aspect, but that's also because we're approaching it from 3 different perspectives. And this gives you an opportunity to really expedite your understanding of style because you're getting 3 different perspectives that you can align with. And you can always pull something from each one of us, no matter what. You'll still be able to get some benefit from learning from us in that space. Um, interesting question here. Uh, I'm not going to try to pronounce your YJ, RJ, MJ, and KJ. I hope I got that right. I'm not going to try to figure that out. Canadian here with tariffs upon us. I feel now limited in where we can get suit, shoes, shirts, etc. at reasonable prices online. Terrible. In Spirit McKay in Canada. So I would tell you, not that you're asking for advice, unsolicited advice. This is a great time for you to start looking at your local markets and figuring out how you can leverage a lot of those things. The price may go up.
I think
That's possible. Go
I
ahead.
think part of the issue is it's not where the company is from, it's where the clothes are made.
Okay.
So even that's like still hasn't been fully clarified yet.
Right.
But that could be like even those sphere markets in Canada, a company like Vladimir. I think I'm wearing one of their shirts now. They're also in Canada, but they're not made there. So there is a chance that even if you're in Canada, there may still be tariffs because they're not made there. But that's something once again it still hasn't been fully clarified.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I would say your local. The reason why I'm saying your local markets is because you got to remember if you're in the USA, um, then from how this is set up, the USA will be taxing anything that I believe is coming in or that is going out. So if this is coming from a European country or it's coming from China, then that may not affect you because they're not; those other countries are not creating tariffs for the import of or export for these other spaces. So for us, that may change a lot of things. But again, several economists that I've looked at have said that they believe that that is more so going to be a negotiating tool for adjusting some things. I don't think Trump has actually instituted any tariffs like explicitly or from a mandatory move as of yet. This has been a lot of leveraging for other things, for some deals. So I can't say. I mean, again, I don't know a whole lot about the politics of this, but that's just been my understanding of it thus far. So let's just keep on watching it. And here's an interesting thing that I'll tell you to try and see how it fits you. This actually could be a very beneficial element for individuals because we will not be buying in bulk. We will be much more strategic with our purchases as well. So you'll make sure that you're investing in quality and not in fast fashion when you know that that price is going to go up 20-30%. You're going to be less likely to just say, oh, I'll go to Zara and get whatever BS thing that I was going to get because it costs more. So there could be a benefit in there, a silver lining in the sense that you'll start to invest in higher quality items as well. Just a thought. All right, guys. So it's 8:27. We did a little bit better on getting the questions early. So we got to get ready for the Menswear Mastermind. If you're interested in joining, you still got about 3 minutes. You may not be able to be on the call this week, but Vlad is watching the email. It looks like so. Um, if you do happen to join, $47, like I said, you still could get that email for this week, or we'll see you first thing next week. Um, Outside of that, we'll see you next week. Peace. Gotta get up out of here.